Oh, we gotta fix this. What's going on, everybody? Give me 1 second. This is May 11th, 2025. You don't need to know history. And it's very interesting to learn history to some people, but it almost creates this disconnect because then you start thinking, oh, like, how do people live? And then it just creates this like whole fantasy, this fascination. People used to like stay in castles and have swords and armor, and they used to fight each other. But like, and I'm just giving you something imaginative. We'll go on to another one because it doesn't exactly hit it, but we don't even know if that's real. And we don't know what it was like to be there. We can only fascinate about it, and we can read about it, read multiple stories. We can get different viewpoints, but you never really know something unless you experience it. So all of history, like whatever moments that happened in the past, the moment that happened is the same moment that's happening right now. So while learning history is interesting, another one would be like there's no way for me to really put this out there. But let's just say there was a time where we were sailing on ships and we were conquering people's land as the Vikings would, or pirates. And we don't even know if that's real. Okay? We just put stories together that they gave us, and then we still have this fascination about it. And but really, it's this we could have pirate ships right now. And we think it's like some different type of life. Like, I can't really describe it, but I know when I have a fascination about living life like a pirate, oh, you think it's going to be like, you think you're going to have some like crazy invincibility in this reality, but it's not. History is just basically pointless. there's a bunch of people that like to dive into history and oh, we're gonna try to find this, try to find that. Even if, but it doesn't do nothing for us right now. People are just telling you stories. Does that make sense? The story is just something you tell yourself. A lot of people tell themselves a story in their head of who they are. We're talking about the best thing in the world right now. Everybody has a story, unless you're like under 10 years old. Everyone tells their story in their head. Oh, I need to do this. And while I'm driving my car, I'm thinking about this. And this is the person that I've made. Oh, yeah, I'm a doctor. I save people. I'm really good for society. I got to get this money so I can get a nice pole and a nice house. That's just a story you're telling yourself. And we're not living in the moment. Everybody's stuck in their head way too much. Does that make sense? Do you tell yourself a story in your head? And it usually repeats. It usually repeats and it repeats. If there's a story that you tell, post it in the chat or write it down and see how many of your thoughts come back to this story. How many of them connect? Okay? What reality is, which only a few people talk about, is a thoughtless state. So, your brain and the way you function right now, you can think, or you can feel reality. Most people do A and they think about reality. They're just thinking all the time. But thinking, it sucks. It just does. Because once you stop thinking and get to feel reality, then you actually feel it. And you won't be thinking. because there's nothing really to think about. So the real you is a non-thinking person. Reality, you can't see it. It's not thinking. It's a feeling-based reality. And when you think, you cannot feel at the same time. Okay? So when people refer to God, they're referring to a feeling. It doesn't matter what someone thinks. And then people, they always get caught up in thinking, oh, I'm thinking I know God. You have to, God is the same thing as reality. It's the same thing as the spirit inside of you. Okay? Everything is based on a feeling. Okay? And the only way you can really get to know reality, really get to know your existence, and this is what everyone in the world wants because it's our true nature. You have to stop thinking, and then you begin to feel. You feel life, the life inside of you. You literally feel it. Does that make sense? Have you ever felt the life inside of you? When you're thinking, you have these constrict views that wrap around you like a snake and they block the flow of energy. And as we just said, you can't think. You can think about reality all you want. Okay? But you can't feel at the same time. You can't. It's not possible. So when you look at an animal, animals are always in a state of non thinking. Animals don't think. Animals feel, they feel what's around them. And therefore they know what's going on around them. Okay? And so does every plant, element. The only thing that thinks in this reality, can you take a guess? Is the human being. And the whole reason we are into this existence is to play this illusionary game. You got to understand this. It's to play this illusionary game of, oh yeah, I think I know the answer. Oh yeah, this is it. This is it. Reality has made this construct, made this game board. So we think we know the answers. All you have to do is stop thinking. Now, because you feel, if you can tap in, if you can stop thinking, you will know all the answers. Now, we all have the capability of doing this. All of us. It's why we are here. Why you have the life force going through you. If you've never felt the life force inside of you, then you've never felt life before. Now, we've all felt it here and there, but it's the best feeling. It's always running through your body. And why would you not want to feel reality? Actually feel it. Not complain, oh, I hate this life. Or, oh, why is this person doing this? Or thinking about some bullshit on social media. Because once you feel your existence and you stop thinking, no one really tells you this in the way that I'm telling you. And this is just reality. Let's make this clear. Reality is coming through me. It's floating all around here. And it's floating through you too. Because the life force that's inside of you, as you can see, it's all in the nature. It's all in the animals. So this life force that's out here, that's buzzing around everywhere in the world, it's a feeling. So you trying to think about it, you're still not feeling it. Okay? So you can see that there's air. Oh yeah, yeah, you're breathing every second. But do you feel the breath? Do you feel it keeping you alive? Most people, they never even followed one of their breaths before. You can do it right now. You want to feel life right now? You can't think about life. Try. Try your hardest and think about life. It's just an illusion. Every thought you have, it's an illusion. This is the great world we are in. Because it's the only way to trick you. So when we give you free will, when people talk about this, when you tap into feeling reality, let's say somebody's like about to throw a spear at you and end your life. Well, you don't think about it. You feel what's going on. You know what's going to happen. Someone's about to throw something at you, and so you move out the way. You don't. Well, is it going to kill me? Should I move? No. All of a reality, because if there wasn't this thought of you going around in your thoughts, it's the biggest game. This is the ultimate game. That's why we have video games and all these other games, as in like simulations. We are the real simulation. And it happens through your thought. All you have to do to exit this right now, and it's not that easy, okay? But it can be, is to stop thinking. Because there is no problem when you stop thinking. When you begin feeling, and feeling is what keeps you alive. Not alcohol, not smoking Mary Jane, and I have nothing against any of that stuff. Not going on a retreat in Peru and oh, I need to see what life is all about. No, that's just messing with your vision. Our life is just a feeling. And you want to feel this because oh, we all know that we're alive. Oh yeah, yeah, we're alive. But you can't think about it. You have to feel it. Does that make sense? Okay. All the shit people have been telling you shit your whole life. And that's okay. But they're not telling you the truth. What God really is. What our reality is. It's what an animal is. They feel. Animals do not think. You know this. You intrinsically know that an animal, and this is your life force connecting to their life force. Okay? This feeling keeps you alive. And it's not just inside of your body. It's literally existing everywhere. Hello, Robert Moore. Life, this is why they say God is omnipresent. Because what God really is, I'm going to tell you what it is so we don't even have to talk about it. No one has to tell you shit anymore. He is the feeling of life. Some call him the creator of it. But what keeps you alive is your life, the life. It's everywhere. It's a feeling. And when people try to process this through their brain, it's never going to happen. Your brain, it doesn't feel. It doesn't feel. A feeling is something you actually feel. Let's talk about it like this. Your brain, it's not who you are. It's only creating an imaginary person of who you think you are. We said this a little bit in the beginning. Because do you know what your brain are okay. Your conscious your soul, it sits at right behind the brain. So when you have a thought, your brain is a mechanism you use. And a lot of people's brain, It's going uncontrollably. But it's something that we use. But since our seat of consciousness is right at our brain, we think, oh, I am the brain. We think our thoughts are coming. We become our thoughts. But what happens when you go to sleep every night? What happens when you stop thinking? Are you really them thoughts? Who are you when you stop thinking? So your brain is going uncontrollably. That's what's happening because you're not in control of it. For instance, if my arm was just going like this, which is what your brain, most people's brain in the world does, I can't control it. This is what most people's brain does. So you can't feel life when you think about it. Do you see if your brain is going like this, which is just movement of air, then it's uncontrolled. You can't feel reality if you're thinking. No, you're no, that's just something scientific that they tell you. We're talking something that can't you can't prove it with science. You can, but you'll never find it. You go up to science and you tell them to find your thought. Tell them to find your soul. Now, I get where you're coming from, but our soul you cannot measure. You cannot touch it. So we already defied what God is. And why people don't know most is because it's a feeling. That this feeling is in the sky right now. It literally pumps air through your nostrils. Because what God really is, yeah. What God really is life force. And it runs through your body. This is why you see these symbols on the paramedics. The snakes around the coil. The symbols don't really matter, but they're everywhere. The all seeing eye. It's on the back of the dollar. It's literally on the back of the dollar. I think I have it in my pocket. Hold on. Okay. You guys want to see something? This little triangle on the top of the pyramid. We probably know it's there. Do you see the eye? You see that eye on top of the pyramid? Well, it's there. The eye, it's your third eye in between. You know, you've heard of the third eye. Maybe you haven't. Regardless, they're talking about the all seeing eye. Oh. Yeah, because you can't feel reality slammed ham, slapped ham. We're talking about a non thinking state. And the only way to experience it is if you stop thinking. There's a story that goes on in your head. Tell me about it. And tell me how that story repeats all the time. Excuse me. Go ahead, tell me about it. You have these thoughts that repeat and they repeat. This narrative that you're telling yourself. So, when you follow your breath, when you feel reality, the life force that keeps you alive, which is God, it's all around here. It's keeping everything right here. The only way you can experience this, and it's why we come here on Earth to play this illusionary game, is to stop thinking. Your goal of your effing life is to stop thinking. Most people have never even followed their breath. Actually, just follow it and feel what keeps you alive. Hello, Tommy Thunder, Matt the Visionary. I'm making up stuff how I goes. This is the best feeling in the world because it keeps you alive. Not only does it keep you alive, it keeps everything alive. It's a feeling. And they call this God. They call this reality. No one can tell me about God because you can't tell someone about it. You just can't. Oh yeah, do you believe in God? Do you believe in Jesus? We're striking chords right now. Do you believe in Shiva? Do you believe in the Quran? Do you believe in the Bible? Okay, let's just say I believe in Jesus and the Bible and God, which technically I do. But the point is, it doesn't matter what you think about it because it's the feeling. It is the feeling they are referring to when people refer to Jesus. See, You got to understand they've made these stories to take you away from this feeling. And people don't like hearing this with their mind because they think they know. But that's not knowing Jesus. That's not knowing God. They're the same thing. It's it's it is life. And you can't explain that to a logical thinking mind. You have to feel it. We just broke those words down, but because reality is just a feeling. And when we think of Jesus, again, we want to refer to a feeling because that's what he was. That's his whole story, is the feeling of love, which is life. Yeah. Our thinking creates, this is what all the scriptures and every story that you've heard, they that's why they always point to inside of you, because they want you to realize your divinity. It's not saying that you're better than anyone, and it's not saying that you're God, you're Jesus. It's there are no words. Okay? It is the feeling of life. Now, the thing about this is you have to feel it or experience it, because your mind cannot feel. Your mind is a processing center. And let's take it beyond the mind. Your thoughts, they do not feel. Okay? They are not your actual soul. And so when people hear stuff like this, when it goes to the mind, there's a disconnection. Though it might sound right, there's a disconnection because it's not feeling. There are no words to describe it. There are no words to describe God. And even if I give you words or someone gives you words, you have to feel it. So you can't tell someone about it like as to feel it. Now, so I just want to make that discrepancy that the mind, it can never fully comprehend it. When you experience it and feel it, and we all have at moments in our life, it's being in your intuition, because your intuition is your feeling. It's being in your intuition all the time, and not just those little bursts of moments where you're in danger. That's that's God and reality helping you. So when they repeat the kingdom of God is inside of you, because they are saying the life is inside of you. Yeah. Let's not get angry. And the reason why, first of all, we're not really taught, like when we go to school, we're taught to think. But we're not taught not to think. Okay? Native Americans, they teach people what when it comes to feeling God and the ultimate of the reality, and to stop thinking, excuse me, you have to actually become still, because even though God is everything, he's so still that we have to become still to feel it. And it's everywhere. Doesn't matter if I'm in jail. It doesn't matter if I'm in a basement locked up. Okay? Yeah. So when you feel this life inside of you, nothing bothers you. You walk around with a big grin on your face, because that is life. Again, the whole reason we exist, and when we are a baby, we feel this. The life emanates inside of us. It is the feeling of life. All animals, you can see them. This is how an animal acts. I can show you. I've been doing it the whole time though. I have been doing it the whole time. It's funny. And life is funny. Now, I will say this. I'm not no dummy. I know it's hard not to stop your thoughts. Okay? It takes power. It takes will. So, God is what God really is, if you want to know, like, if we want to break it down logically, he is a focus. But how much can you focus? Literally, just focus on something. How much can you concentrate on something? He is the maximum concentration. You will never beat him. You will never beat him in concentration, because he is the concentration, okay? And once you do that, you merge with him. Just like you have a thought, like, you have a thought, I'm on the beach and I'm, bouncing around, listening to waves, and you have this picture in your head. You become the picture in your head. You literally become it. Okay? Just as when you stop dropping the pictures in your head, you merge with God. You merge with the feeling of existence. And it's always here. You don't have to go to Jamaica, Peru. You don't have to take any fancy drugs. We don't have to go to India. And Tommy Thunder. Woo! We ain't done yet, Musketeers. I'm going for the whole hour. We're 46 minutes in here. I will answer the comments or go over them in a couple minutes. It's been booming in here with people because the message is resonating. Have you ever felt like got goosebumps or felt something was about to happen and your body told you something's about to happen? Oh, sorry. The energy on my phone ran out. Have you ever felt like something's about to happen from your intuition? You felt it, and then something did happen. Now, sometimes you do listen to it and you felt it, and other times you didn't know, like you didn't follow what you should have been doing. This is a can only be explained by feeling it, like you felt it. And this is what I'm trying to get you to feel all the time. Now, has anyone ever felt this before? Something's about to happen. You're at like a haunted house, or you're at a party and something dangerous is about to happen. Have you ever I actually got goosebumps, but my phone, I was turning it on. So have you ever felt like something was going to happen from your intuition? We can be tapped into that experience all the time. Our mind is running haywire. And the reason why we're not tapped into that intuition all the time, there are many reasons, but the main one is because it takes a energy, a concentration. Hello, Andreas, Zaza. Yeah, we will answer questions. Yeah. All right, we're going to be here for a little bit more. Zaza, there is no coincidence. Everything in your life is happening mathematically, and you are the life that's been observing throughout your whole entire life. So if God was a big piece, we'll just say up here, you pulled down, he gave you free will, and now you can think. But beyond your thinking and what you originally are, no, you have a sharp draw, Andreas. And Zaza was in here before, actually, like yesterday or something. What reality is, what they refer to as God, is a non-thinking state. When people go it and they become meditative, they are aiming to stop and lower their thoughts. Okay? Because we know intrinsically there is something beyond the body. We know we're something more. Now that's just a word. But when we talk about God, when we talk about Jesus, even when we talk about the life inside of us, this gooseneck. Oh God. So when we talk about Jesus, when we talk about reality, what is it? If we had to remove those words, oh, it's a feeling. It's a feeling of life. It's a vibration that's in your body. And this is no subtle thing. It feels actually amazing. And you will instantly light up if you feel the life inside of you. You could literally be in a jail cell or in a restraining jacket, chained up to a wall. And you can literally feel the life inside of you and be sitting there with the biggest smile on your face. Some people get very meditative, which is they have no thoughts on their mind, and they get this a very awareness. So some people don't, they might not smile. Oh, do you more times than me? This live will be posted after this in case you want to like go back, and I recommend you go and rewatch this. This can be a very valuable tool to you, and it will always be there on my YouTube along with my other lives. So fundamentally, we are talking about what are we and what is keeping us alive. There are no words for this, but it is fundamentally a feeling. And you can see that I'm demonstrating this. But I can't tell you how to feel. And this is why it's lost in translation throughout all of history. But this moment is the forever moment. Because we are living in the presence of feeling, which is God. Okay? We are. Yeah, I mean, I mean, I had the blankets. I woke up and I was cold. Yeah. But just do this. This is something simple. I'll give you 2 tasks. I'll give you 3. And listen, it's not as easy as I'm making it sound, but it can be. This is the goal of life, is to feel life, to feel it. And God gave us this game of illusionary thinking so that we come and find ourselves. Okay? So we want to know life. This is the goal of life, anybody's. And then when you listen, then you can go and do other things that you feel you called to do. It's a calling. So one thing you can do, and we're not going to go, we're not, we're, it's going to be very brief. You can follow, you can listen to what you want to do, because that is a direct feeling of you wanting to feel life. So if I wanted to drop this live right now and I felt I wanted to go paint a picture, that is what's going to bring me the most joy and what's going to put me in this a thoughtless state. Most people get in a thoughtless state, but they're not aware of it. Okay? So doing what you feel called to do in the moment, it's always tugging on you, like a tugboat. But I want to say like a choo-choo train for some reason. That's one way. Way number 2 would be simply just following your breath. Just following your breath and feeling it. These are very simple. And and then if you feel really excited, like, and you just feel amazing when you follow this breath, it's because you aren't thinking. And you can do this anywhere. And the third way, real quick, to find out your divinity, to find happiness instantly, and to find and feel God, is to go out in nature and look at a river. Could be something smaller like a stream. And you just stare the hell out of it. You could also look at an animal. You just keep looking at it. You can look around, of course. But if you're thinking, you're not quite there yet. And you will have moments. The thing is, when you have the moment, they're all one moment. They're not different. Choked on some spit. When you are in the moment of non-thinking, when you come out of it and you start thinking again, you'll be like, oh yeah, that felt so good. Now I want to go back. Well, you're thinking about it now. Okay? So, God bless everyone in here. My phone did die. We've hit the time limit. I will be back tonight in about 12, 13 hours. Or tomorrow morning in about 20. I'll be back tomorrow morning. Earlier than this time. This is the one-handed prayer. Because my other hand has been holding the phone. This live will be posted after this on my channel. And I highly recommend watching it. God bless everyone in here. Every day is a holy day. I appreciate all you guys. My love for God and my love for life is what fuels this.